Welcome to our guide on 10 essential tips to picking winners at horse racing. Whether you're a seasoned punter or just starting out, these insights will help you make smarter, more informed choices. We'll break down everything from understanding the form guide to mastering the betting market, and even recognizing patterns that can give you the winning edge. This isn't about luck, it's about strategy, research, and using the right tools to improve your chances of success. So, saddle up and get ready to unlock the secrets of the racecourse. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have the confidence to pick winners like a pro. Let's dive in. First and most essential tip, study the form guide. This is your roadmap to understanding a horse's potential and how it might perform in the upcoming race. Start by analyzing the horse's previous performances. The form guide provides key insights into its history, how it fared in recent races, the distances it has run, and the conditions it competed under. Consistency is crucial here. Has the horse been regularly placing in the top positions, or is its performance erratic? A consistent record is often a strong indicator of reliability. Next, focus on the distances the horse has raced. Some horses are sprinters, thriving in shorter, high-speed races. Others are stayers, excelling in long-distance endurance events. Pay close attention to how the horse has performed over distances similar to the current race. Finally, consider the track conditions. Horses, like athletes, have preferences. Some excel on firm tracks, while others dominate in softer, muddy conditions. Look for patterns in the horse's history. Did it struggle on wet ground but thrive when the track was dry? Matching a horse's past successes with today's track conditions can give you a significant edge. By thoroughly studying the form guide, you're not just picking a horse, you're making an informed prediction based on solid data. And in the world of horse racing, knowledge is power. Number 2. Now, let's move on to the second tip, know the track conditions. This factor can make or break a horse's performance, and understanding it is key to making smarter picks. The track conditions refer to the state of the racing surface, whether it's fast, firm, soft, or heavy. Each horse has its own preferences and tendencies, and aligning these with the current conditions is vital. For instance, some horses perform best on firm ground, where their speed can shine. Others thrive on softer, heavier tracks, where endurance and strength come into play. To make informed decisions, look at the horse's past performances in various track conditions. Has it excelled in muddy, rain-soaked races, or does it falter when the ground isn't dry? The form guide often highlights these trends, helping you spot horses that have proven themselves in today's conditions. It's also important to factor in weather changes. A dry track in the morning can turn wet and heavy after a sudden rainstorm, altering the dynamics of the race. Staying updated on the latest weather and track reports can give you an edge over less prepared bettors. In short, knowing the track conditions and how they align with a horse's past success is like unlocking a hidden advantage. By tailoring your choices to the environment, you're one step closer to picking a winner. Tip number 3, understand the distance. Not all horses are built the same, and race distance plays a huge role in determining how a horse will perform. Horses, like human athletes, have specialties. Some are sprinters, bred for explosive speed over short distances. These horses shine in fast-paced races but may struggle to maintain their pace over longer tracks. Others are stayers, built for endurance and able to conserve energy for a strong finish in long-distance races. When analyzing a horse's potential, look at its past performances over similar distances. Has it shown consistent results in races of comparable length? A horse that dominates in 1,200-meter sprints might not have the stamina for a 2,400-meter marathon, and vice versa. Pay attention to how the horse finishes its races. If it fades in the final stretch of longer races, it may be better suited to shorter distances. Conversely, a horse with strong closing speed can be a great pick for endurance events, especially if the pace slows down in the later stages. The form guide is your best tool here. It will tell you where the horse has performed well and where it's fallen short. Matching a horse's past success with the race distance is critical to finding the right contender. So, always remember, the right distance can be the difference between a horse winning comfortably or running out of steam before the finish line. Tip number 4, evaluate the jockey. A horse's performance is only as good as the person guiding it, and the jockey plays a pivotal role in the outcome of the race. Start by looking at the jockey's track record. Do they have a history of success at this track or in similar types of races? Experienced jockeys often have a deep understanding of race strategies, pacing, and how to position their horse in the pack to maximize its chances of winning. Consider the jockey's partnership with the horse. Some jockeys have a special connection with certain horses, resulting in consistently strong performances. Look at the horse's recent races. Was the same jockey in the saddle? A horse-jockey pair with a proven winning combination is always a strong bet. Another factor to assess is the jockey's performance under current conditions. Some riders excel on certain types of tracks, distances, or weather conditions. A skilled jockey can adapt their tactics to suit the race dynamics, giving their horse the best possible chance to perform. Don't overlook recent form, either. A jockey who has been riding confidently and achieving good results in recent races is likely to carry that momentum into the next event. Ultimately, a great jockey can elevate a horse's performance, while an inexperienced or out-of-form rider may struggle to guide even the best horse to victory. When picking winners, always factor in the skill and experience of the person in the saddle. Tip number 5, analyze trainer performance. Behind every great horse is a skilled trainer who prepares it for race day. A trainer's expertise and track record can provide valuable insights when picking winners. Start by looking at the trainer's success rate. Do they have a history of consistently producing winners or horses that place in the top spots? Some trainers specialize in particular types of races, such as sprints or long-distance events, while others excel at preparing horses for specific track conditions. Next, consider the trainer's recent performance. A trainer who has been on a hot streak with multiple recent wins is likely doing something right. Check how their other horses have performed in similar races or at the same track. It's a strong indicator of their ability to prepare contenders. Also, examine the horse-trainer relationship. Has the trainer worked with the horse for a long time? Familiarity often leads to better preparation, as the trainer understands the horse's strengths, weaknesses, and preferences. Another factor to watch is how trainers perform with different jockeys. Some trainers have preferred jockeys they consistently pair with their horses, leading to successful combinations. When you see a trusted trainer-jockey partnership, it's often a sign of confidence. Finally, don't ignore trainers with a reputation for targeting big races. Some may prepare their horses specifically for major events, ensuring peak performance when it matters most. By analyzing the trainer's track record and approach, you'll gain a deeper understanding of a horse's readiness to compete and its potential to cross the finish line first. Tip number 6, consider the odds. Odds are more than just numbers. They are a snapshot of market confidence and can reveal valuable insights about a horse's chances in a race. Start by understanding how the odds work. Shorter odds, like 2 to 1 or 3 to 1, indicate a favorite, a horse that's expected to perform well based on past performance, track conditions, and public confidence. Longer odds, such as 20 to 1 or 50 to 1, represent an outsider with a smaller perceived chance of winning but potentially higher rewards. While it's tempting to always back the favorites, don't overlook value bets. These are horses whose odds might not fully reflect their actual potential. For example, a horse with mid-range odds of 8 to 1 might have a solid track record on similar courses but hasn't drawn as much attention in the betting market. Keep an eye on odds movement. Significant shifts in the odds, especially close to race time, can indicate insider confidence or new information about the horse's condition, track performance, or jockey. Another key is balancing risk and reward. While favorites often provide more consistent returns, betting solely on them can limit your profits. Mixing in value bets or longer shots that have been well researched can maximize your payout potential. Lastly, don't ignore each-way bets. For horses with decent odds, this approach allows you to win if your pick places in the top 2, 3, or 4, depending on the race format. By understanding and considering the odds, you're not just gambling, you're making a calculated decision that balances risk with potential reward. Tip number 7, watch pre-race behavior. A horse's body language and demeanor before a race can provide critical clues about its readiness to compete. First, observe how the horse is behaving in the paddock or as it heads toward the starting gate. A calm, composed, and focused horse is often a sign of readiness. It should appear alert but not overly agitated. Conversely, a horse that's excessively nervous, sweating heavily, or refusing to cooperate may be wasting energy or feeling stressed. Look for signs of physical health and fitness. A horse with a shiny coat, well-defined muscles, and fluid movements is generally in good shape. Pay attention to how it walks. Does it seem stiff or limping? Any irregularities could signal discomfort or underlying issues. It's also important to assess the horse's energy levels. While you don't want a horse that seems lethargic or uninterested, excessive energy, such as rearing up or bolting, can indicate a lack of focus. Finally, compare the horse's pre-race behavior to its usual demeanor if that information is available. Some horses are naturally energetic or a little restless before a race, and that might not affect their performance. But sudden changes in behavior, especially negative ones, should raise a red flag. By watching pre-race behavior, you're adding another layer of insight to your betting strategy, helping you identify which horses are primed to perform and which might struggle before the race even begins. Tip number 8. Follow the betting market. The betting market is a living, breathing entity that reflects public opinion, insider knowledge, and last-minute trends, all of which can offer valuable clues when picking winners. Start by monitoring odds fluctuations. If a horse's odds shorten significantly closer to race time, it often means there's increased confidence in its chances. This could be due to insider tips, pre-race performance observations, or shifts in track conditions that favor the horse. On the other hand, if the odds drift, meaning they lengthen, it could suggest concerns about the horse's condition, jockey, or suitability for the race. Drifting odds don't automatically disqualify a horse, but they should prompt you to investigate further. Another key factor is the volume of bets. High activity around a particular horse can signal strong confidence from experienced bettors or professional punters. Late surges in betting, especially from sharp bettors, often point to a well-informed pick. Keep in mind that the betting market isn't infallible. Popular horses with lots of public attention, such as those with famous jockeys or trainers, might have artificially short odds, making them less valuable as a bet. Look for value bets, horses whose odds don't fully reflect their potential based on your research. Lastly, stay updated on the latest information. Whether it's weather changes, trainer comments, or pre-race analysis, new insights often impact the betting market and can guide your decisions. By following the betting market intelligently, you can leverage its trends and movements to make more informed, strategic picks. Tip number 9. Study sectional times. When it comes to understanding a horse's speed and strategy, sectional times are like a blueprint, revealing how a horse performs at different stages of a race. Sectional times break down the race into segments, showing how fast a horse runs in each part. This helps you identify whether a horse is a fast starter, a strong finisher, or consistent throughout. For example, a horse with quick early times might dominate shorter sprints but fade in longer races, while a strong closer can excel in endurance events or when the pace slows late in the race. Focus on how the horse performed in similar races. Did it maintain steady speeds throughout, or did it have bursts of energy at key moments? Horses that can sustain speed or accelerate in the final stretch are often more reliable, especially in competitive fields. Pay special attention to how the pace of the race affects the horse's performance. In fast-paced races, strong finishers often thrive as the leaders tie. In slower races, horses with sharp early speed can control the pace and hold their lead. Comparing sectional times across multiple races can also help you gauge improvement. A horse that consistently shaves time off its mid-race or finishing sections may be peaking in form, an excellent indicator of readiness. By mastering sectional times, you gain deeper insight into how a horse might handle the specific pace and dynamics of today's race, giving you a critical edge in picking winners. Tip number 10. Learn from patterns. Horse racing is a game of trends and insights, and keeping track of patterns can significantly improve your ability to pick winners over time. Start by creating a record of your bets. Note the races you wagered on, the horses you chose, and the outcomes. Include details like race distance, track conditions, jockeys, and trainers. Over time, this record will help you identify patterns in what works and what doesn't. Look for repeating success factors. For instance, do you find that horses trained by a specific trainer or ridden by a particular jockey consistently perform well? Or maybe certain track conditions favor the types of horses you bet on. Spotting these trends can help you refine your strategies. Pay attention to course-specific patterns. Some horses excel at particular tracks due to familiarity or suitability to the surface. Similarly, some jockeys and trainers have an exceptional record at specific venues. Knowing these localized trends gives you an added advantage. Be open to learning from losses. If a bet doesn't work out, review what went wrong. Was it an overlooked detail in the form guide, unexpected track conditions, or simply bad luck? Every loss is an opportunity to sharpen your understanding. Finally, stay updated on the latest racing trends. Whether it's a new training technique, a rising star jockey, or emerging betting patterns, keeping your finger on the pulse of the racing world will make you a more informed bettor. By learning from patterns, you evolve from making random guesses to crafting a strategic, data-driven approach. Over time, this habit will make you a smarter and more successful horse racing enthusiast. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.